Hey guys, I am so excited about a show coming up on December 16th at the Des Plaines Theater. You know, some of the shows that we do are heavy banging rock and roll, heavy metal stuff. This is one of those soft rock nights that I think we all need at this time of this crazy world. John Ford Coley, the guy from England Dan and John Ford Coley's hits of the 1970s, We'll Never Have to Say Goodbye Again, Nights Are Forever Without You. I mean, these great songs. Along with Ambrosia, That's How Much I Feel, You're the Only Woman. There's so many great songs by these two bands. And then we have another band called Easy FM doing more of that soft rock stuff. So on December 16th, it's going to be a radio jukebox of nothing but soft rock hits. You'll be able to sing to each and every one of them. The songs of Player, Orleans, some of those songs, of course. But we're going to have live Ambrosia and John Ford Coley from England Dan and John Ford Coley. All those great hits in the 70s, soft rock, singing songs, radio songs, December 16th at the Des Plaines Theater. Here's a little interview. I was hanging with John Ford Coley, tells you all about what's going to happen and what you're going to see on December 16th. Check it out. Hey everybody, we are hanging with another rock and roll celebrity, legend, icon, a very good friend of the Arcada Theater of Onesti Entertainment. We've known each other for years. And it is John Ford Coley. Again, one of the coolest guys you will ever meet in the music business. John, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
No, man, I tell you what, you, for us, and for me personally, represent a genre of music and a certain amount of hits that just warms the heart. Your songs, We'll Never Have to Say Goodbye Again, Love Is the Answer, I'd Really Love to See You Tonight, We'll Never Have to Say Goodbye Again, because that's probably my favorite song. I got to tell you, it's just a tremendous touching of the heart. These songs that you brought in the early 70s are still with us. There's still those songs when we're driving down the highway on a summer day, we roll down the windows, we're singing it horribly, sounds terrible, but we're doing our best. And I got to ask you, I mean, what would you say the reason that these songs, especially the songs of England Dan and John Ford Coley, are standing the test of time?
For me, I think there's a couple of reasons why songs stand the test of time. First of all, you go down memory lane. You've got so many memories associated with that time, good and bad. And then the other thing is that you can sing them. There's songs that you can actually sing the melody to. So it's very easy to turn the radio up, roll the windows down, and just sing as loud as you can, when they come on.
Well, you know what? And that's the feeling that we get. And that's what we try to achieve at our theaters, to try to bring people back to a better time. I mean, the world is the world right now.
The world's the world.
The world's the world. But there's so much that can be said, excuse me, that about our world, a few years back, and you're one of those guys that brings us back to it. We mentioned a little bit off camera here about how accessible, excuse me, that you have been to guys like me that put on shows. You're such a part of the process, and not only do we appreciate that, but the people who buy tickets need to understand what they're getting when they come to a John Ford Coley show. I mean, it is as you mentioned, a trip down memory lane, but you get a guy up there who not only sings the song the way they're supposed to be sung, and I got to tell you, there are some of these guys who have those hits that somewhat disappoint people once in a while because let's do the
it's a whole new song. Yeah.
Well, that's it. Let's do the electric version. Let's do the acoustic version. Let's do the whatever version. We want the version that came out in 1976 when it was a Billboard top 10 hit or a number one hit. We want that. So thanks for bringing that to us. Is that something that you strive for?
The whole thing is I enjoy intimate audiences so you can talk to them. Now, when I play by myself, because a lot of times I'll play acoustically, it's going to be a fun show. Again, we're going to go down memory lane. You're going to hear the songs, a lot of the songs that Dan and I did. You might hear a couple of new songs because I don't try to, the people are not familiar with that. We learned years ago they want to hear the songs that they grew up with. So you do that. I tell a lot of stories. I tell a lot of jokes. because I've written books and things like that. And to me, everything is funny. It's what we're going to do. We're going to escape for a couple of hours.
Well, that's what we look for, and that's what we try to provide to our people. Let me ask you, back in 19 in the mid 70s, and you and Dan are putting this stuff together, these songs, and it was a hit making machine. Tell me about the time when you first started feeling like, wait a second, we're really on to something.
Well, Dan and I played for a couple of years before the big songs came out. So we toured with Brett and Elton John and Carole King and Chicago and Three Dog. And I just went on and on and on with all these groups that we played with. So we learned how to live, but we never knew what having that success was really like. We were always just an opening act. All of a sudden, I'd really love to see Tonight takes off. And we're both scratching our heads going. So at that point, and we saw that one take off, we thought, okay, now from all the times that we've been out with these other groups, they've taught us how to live. We know how ephemeral it is. So you've got to keep your nose to the grindstone for the 3, 4, 5, 6 years that you get on this. And pretty much that's what we did.
You're going on 50 years singing the same songs.
Right.
You're not tired of singing these songs?
I change up little things, just little stuff. Sometimes I might sing just for the heck of it. I'm not talking about M&Ms. It's fun because, again, a lot of these people are hearing these songs for the first time. I always keep that in the back of my mind. I never listen to the songs on the radio. If it comes on, I'll turn it off. I don't listen to the CDs or anything of that nature because I've heard them and they never change. However, night after night after night, it's different. There's always something that's going to happen, and you just kind of enjoy that. I mean, I still enjoy playing the songs. I just don't listen to them on the records,
Interesting that you would actually, you went as far as saying that I will turn them off.
Yeah.
Really?
I turn them off because they don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Those vocals are going to always be the same. There's going to always be the same licks and stuff like that. But when I play them, I might add a ninth, to where normally I just had a straight chord. And you play because you enjoy the music. That's one of the things that we've forgotten about. When we had the recording contracts, we thought that the object of music was a recording contract. It never was. It was always the music. You can have a recording contract and still have a bunch of lousy music. But if you've got good music, you just continue to play.
I think that's the biggest value of the songs that you've given us, is that it's their ability to take us away from the craziness and to level the playing field between our ears at that moment. So and you're appearing December 16th at the Displays Theater, our new Displays Theater. We're so excited to have you there. I know you play the Arcada, of course. This time you'll be playing with or joining Ambrosia on the bill.
I'll tell you what's fun about playing with Ambrosia. I've been playing with those guys since the Philippines in 2000. They are some of the finest musicians that I've ever worked with. Mm-hmm. They are such a great band. Those guys are so top notch, and it's just a thrill to play with them, but they're good people to hang around. And when you get up in this age, it's being able to hang around the people now. Yeah, we're just very lucky to be here. So they enjoy it. Where before, you would have arguments or things like that. Now we show up and we're just happy to see one another.
And I feel that. I feel the difference. There are those acts that are going through that band strife. But to have a group like you guys, who are all brothers in music and in real life, it transcends to the audience. So people know if you guys are all as one cohesive unit. And that's really going to be exciting to see.
I talk to classes sometimes. You get a lot of guys that want to be in the music industry. They haven't gotten over that edge yet. And they're asking for, how did you do it? What's the things that I should know? The rule in the music industry, if you're in a band, is rule 1. Keep your wives, girlfriends, husbands, and boyfriends out of your business, because they get in arguments and all of a sudden it translates over to the band. And it's like I've had people before say, well, I'm not going to work with this person anymore. And you shouldn't work with him either. I go, why not? He hadn't done anything to me. We're good friends. You got a problem with it, you deal with it. I don't have a problem with him. So we're going to stay friends.
Well, again, having Ambrosia and John Ford Coley on the same stage. We have another band, Easy FM, which is another group that is a local group that does an amazing job of bringing other hits from that same era, that same, they call it yacht rock, they call it comfort rock, what do they call it? But those songs that it's a hit after hit after hit night by the guys who actually sang the songs. We're so excited to bring you to our new Displays Theater on December 16th, John. And thank you for being not only a pro, but a great friend, not only to us, but also to the music world. And thank you for the gift of those songs that you have given us. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you.
And we're very appreciative of the people that come out too. They've stood behind us all those years. We love to see them.
Okay, guys, we have been hanging today with the legendary, the iconic John Ford Coley, who will be appearing live at the Displays Theater on December 16th with Ambrosia. It's going to be an amazing night with an amazing guy. John, thanks for being with us, and we will see you guys, including you, John Ford Coley, on December 16th at the Displays Theater. Go to oshows.com, get your tickets now. It's going to be an incredible. In fact, we'd really love to see you that night.
There you go.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you, Ron. It's good to see you.